everyone, welcome to Miss Lee's class. Today we're starting a new chapter 4, polynomial. So before we start, we're going to review integer operations. So we learned how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide integers in grade 7 and 8. So today we're going to review it. Okay, so I want you to look at the example 1. So this is adding integers. So we're going to review how to add integers. So we have -8 plus -8. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw 8 negative integer chips. 8 negative integer chips. So addition means total. In total, how many integer chips do you have? You have 16 negative integer chips. Therefore, the answer is -16. Alright, next, +5 and -3. So you're going to draw 5 positive integer chips and 3 negative integer chips. In total, how many integer chips do you have? But before you count the total number of integer chips, you have to simplify it. So remember everyone, when you have positive and negative together, so one positive integer chip and one negative integer chip, what is this? This is called zero pair. So when they are together, they cancel out, it becomes 0. Make sense? So let's cancel the integer chips. One positive, one negative becomes 0. One positive, one negative becomes 0. One positive, one negative becomes 0. So in total, how many integer chips do you have? 2 positive integer chips. The answer is +2. Or we can always omit the positive sign. It is just 2. So to solve this question quickly, so we can just quickly compare the number of integer chips. You have 5 positive and 3 negative. Which one do you have more? You have positive integer chips more, right? By how many? You have 2 more positive integer chips. So the answer should be +2. All right? Okay, let's do this without drawing the integer chips. You have -6 integer chips, 6 negative integer chips, and 3 positive integer chips. Which one do you have more? You have negative integer chips more. By how many? 3. 3 more negative integer chips. So the answer is -3. Okay, you have 7 negative integer chips and 3 negative integer chips. In total, how many do you have? You have 10 negative integer chips. Okay? Alright, so if you don't understand how to do it, draw the integer chips. But once you understand that, just compare which one do you have more. So find the answer. In this case, you can just find the total number of negative integer chips. Make sense? Okay, let's move on. The next question is subtraction. The example 1 was addition. So we understood how to add integers. And subtraction is a little bit trickier. So we're going to change the subtraction to addition to make it easier. How to change it? You use keep, change method. Okay, so you use this method only for subtraction. So this rule, only for subtraction. You don't use this for addition. Okay, so we already know how to add integers. So we don't use this rule for addition. So I'm going to explain how to keep, change. Okay, look at the first question. We're going to keep the first number, change the middle, and change the second number to positive. So if you change negative, minus, it becomes plus. If you change negative 6, it becomes positive 6. So you have negative 2 plus positive 6. Now you have addition. So everyone, so which integer chip do you have more? Negative integer chips or positive integer chips? You have positive integer chips more, right? By how many? You have 4 more positive integer chips. And as I said, we can always omit the positive sign. So the answer is 4. Let's do the same thing. Keep the first number, change the middle, change the second number. So you have negative 6 plus negative 2. So how many integer chips do you have in total? Negative 8. Okay, keep, change. So I want you to pause the video and try C and D using keep, change method. Go ahead, everyone. All right, let's do it together. Keep the first number, change the middle, change the second number. It becomes positive 2 plus positive 6. In total, how many integer chips do you have? In total, you have 8 positive integer chips, right? Next, keep the first number, change the middle, change the second number. So the answer is, in total, you have how many integer chips? You have 16 positive integer chips. The last question, keep, change. Let's do it, everyone. Keep the first number, change the middle, and change the second number. Negative 12 plus positive 12. Which one do you have more? They're actually the same. So they cancel out each other. It becomes 0. Okay? Sometimes you don't have a sign of the number. So this one has the sign negative. This one has the sign positive. But if you look at this one, 14 has the sign, negative 14. You have minus, and 7 does not have its sign. In that case, if there's no sign, that means positive. Okay? So you just write little positive sign right above it. Let's do keep, change. Keep the first number, change the middle, change the second number. So positive 7 becomes negative 7. Okay, negative 14 plus negative 7. So what is it, everyone? That is negative 21. Next, this one does not have sign. So does not have its sign. We say it's positive. This one does not have its sign. 12, it's positive 12. Keep the first number, change the middle, change the second number. Then positive 7 plus negative 12. Okay, which one do you have more, positive or negative? You have negative more by how many? 5. Okay, so the answer is negative 5. Alright, let's move on. So we have multiplications and division. Okay, so multiplication and division, they have the same rules. We learned that when you multiply negative signs, when it's odd number of negatives, then you get negative. When you have even number of negatives, that is positive. Okay? Or same thing, when you divide, when you have odd number of negative signs, you get negative, and even number of negative signs, you get positive. So by remembering it, let's solve this. How many negative signs do you have? 2. Is it positive or negative then? Positive, because it's even number of negative signs. So the answer is positive 21. And as I said, you can always omit the positive sign. Or if you want to put it, you can put it. It's up to you. Next. There's no sign. Therefore, it's positive. When there's no sign, that's positive. So positive times negative is negative 40. Okay, next. How many negative signs do you see? 3. Is that odd number or even number? That's odd number. So the sign should be negative. 4 times 5, 20. 20 times 1, 20. 20 times 3, 60. So the answer is negative 60. Okay? Alright, so let's move on. How many negative signs do you have? 2. When you have 2 negative signs, that's positive. Okay, let's evaluate it. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. So 15 times 2 is 30. And 30 times 10 is 300. So the answer is 300. Positive 300. Okay? So to make it more accurate, 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Negative 15 times 2 is negative 30. Negative 30 times negative 10 becomes positive 300. Okay, next. Division. Negative divided by negative is positive. 90 divided by 11 is 9. Okay, so the answer is positive 9. Remember, division bar is same as division. So this is positive 8 divided by negative 8. Is it positive or negative? Negative. 80 divided by 8 is 10. Negative 10. Okay. 80 divided by negative 2 divided by negative 4 times 3. So negative, negative. We have 2 negatives. The final answer should be positive. So let's do it. 80 divided by negative 2 is 40. So accurately, it's negative 40. Negative 40 divided by negative 4 is positive 10. Positive 10 times 3 is 30. So the answer is positive 30. 1, 2, 3 negatives. That is negative. Let's do it. 100. Negative 100 divided by negative 2 is positive 50. And positive 50 divided by negative 5 is negative 10. And negative 10 times 2 is negative 20. So the answer is negative 20. Alright, let's move on to the next question. So now we're going to add 2 terms. So we're going to add 2 monomials. So 7x plus 12x. So you have 7x. So what's hiding in between 7 and x? Multiplication. What's hiding in between 12 and x? Multiplication. So basically you have 7x's and 12x's. In total, how many x's do you have? 19x. So basically everyone, you can just add, so we call those number coefficients. We can just add 2 coefficients, 7 and 12. So the answer is 19x. You just think about the total number of x's. So 7x plus 12x. In total, you have 19x's. Next, you have 5x minus 10x. So as I said, when you have this, you can just look at the coefficient and add them up. In this case, you look at the coefficient and subtract. What's 5 minus 10, everyone? 5 minus 10 is, keep the first number. So the sign of 5 is positive. The sign of 10 is positive. So keep the first number, change the middle, and change the second number. So 5 plus negative 10 is negative 5. All right? So the answer will be negative 5x. Okay, so I'm going to, so I want you to pause the video and try those 8 questions by yourself. So go ahead, everyone, and we're going to go over it together after that. All right, have you guys tried that? So let's do it together. So 11x plus negative 5. So you have 11, positive 11 plus negative 5. Which one do you have more? You have more positive, 6 more positives, right? So the answer is 6x, positive 6x. Okay, negative 10 minus 20. So everyone, a lot of students get confused with this. So just remember, keep, change. Okay, so keep the first number, change the middle, and change the second number. Then you have negative 10 minus 20. That is negative 30x. 10 minus, what number is hiding in front of x? We have 1. So 10 minus 1 is 9x. What's hiding in front of x? 1. So negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7x. Negative 8x plus 5x. So you have negative 8 plus 5 plus positive 5. Then you have negative 3x. Okay, you have 4x minus negative 2x. Keep, change. So 4 minus negative 2. Keep the first number. Change the middle. Change the second number. Becomes 6. So the answer is 6x. So everyone, remember this. So I'm gonna let you know how to do this using a shortcut. So when you have negative and negative sign together, it becomes positive. Okay? So it's same as 4x minus 2. So negative together becomes positive. Alright? Next. And negative together becomes positive. We get negative 8x plus 7x. So positive sign is hiding here. So which one do you have more? Negative sign or positive sign? You have one more negative sign. So the answer is negative 1x. So that is negative x. Okay, negative 5 minus 5. So the sign of this is positive, right? So keep the first number, change the middle, change the second number. Then that is negative 10. So the answer is negative 10x. Alright everyone, remember this. So I'm gonna let you know the shortcut. So when you have, for example, when you have 10 minus negative 3, again everyone, when negative are together, so negative are together, it becomes positive. So that becomes 10 plus 3, which is 13. And when you have negative 7 minus 8, so everyone, when you have this form, you just simply add 7 and 8 and put the negative sign. Okay? So just simply add 7 and 8 and put the negative sign. So meaning of this is you have $7 stat and somebody take away $8 from you. Then how much is your debt? That's $15. So you have $15 debt, right? So remember those two. So if you memorize those two rules, you will be able to solve those kind of problem very quickly. Okay? Alright, that is it for today. And now you guys may start doing your homework. Thanks for watching everyone. Bye-bye.